Like always, you know what time it is. HRT. Let's dive into it. First, I would like to give a shout out to all my sisters out there who are either running organizations or working in them. I know I give you the biggest headache every time I call when I find somebody in your state, but I truly appreciate when you help me out. I wouldn't be me without you. Now, tonight's show, because I had some technical difficulties last week, I wanted to talk to some people who missed their chance to tell their story on SRS. But if they come up here, I'll be happy to stop and let them share. Like I said with anything, when I do this, I do this to help out our community, and to let people get their stories out who don't get a chance to. And if anybody or if everybody could write a book, I'm pretty sure their experience will go somewhere down the line like this. They will want to share. They will want to help. They will want to be recognized. They will want to be noticed. I'm giving them that opportunity. Yeah, you can go into a group meeting. A lot of the times, that's why I do it. I mean, I do it because maybe after the show, a lot of people would join a Zoom meeting and tell their stories even more in depth. If anybody would like to come on and share their experience right now before everything starts with HRT, let me know. Just hit that button and I'll let you come on. But until then, I'm going to keep it going. HRT. Now, some of you know that I take a lot of the girls to surgeries. And one of the main things that I hear from a lot of doctors are, the longer you're on your HRT, the more the results come out great. 4, maybe 5 years for the girls. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, nah, do a year. Just go get your surgeries. Don't listen to nobody else. But in reality, the more you wait, the better the results. And I mean the better the results. I mean, especially for the females. The more skin graft you have, the better size you get that you want. For the males, 3 years. And I only say that because, like I said, give the moles a chance to work. Exercise your body so you can get that tone that you want in your chest. You don't have to take my advice for it. I mean, I have been to a lot of doctors with a lot of people more than 60 times. But I see some ladies are coming aboard, so let's get their experience on HRT. And like I said before, if anybody wants to share their story, hit that little man, and I'll put you in.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
That's what's up. So tonight we dive into HRT. And let's be real, back in the day, it was kind of difficult for certain girls to get it. And we had to do it the street way.
And a lot of girls still do it the street way.
Yeah. Yeah, yep. So at what age were you introduced to HRT?
Well, I started my transition very late. I let's back up. Since I was 16, I always felt like I was in the wrong body. I always felt different, but I didn't wait until because one of my fears was my family. I didn't think I was. I don't think I was mentally and physically equipped to go through all of that. So I didn't start transitioning until like 3 years ago, which means I probably started transitioning when I was like maybe 32, 30, 31. Um, but I don't regret at all waiting the time. I think everything happens when it's supposed to happen. Everything happens in the season that it's supposed to happen. So I don't regret waiting so long. Um, I think that I think it everything just is played out like it was supposed to. Do I wish I would have started a little earlier? Mm, yeah and no. Um, I think, but I just because I'm a firm believer in not rushing things. And when I first got on, I was listening to you tell the story about how girls rush to get these surgeries and things like that, and that's just not that wasn't the case for me. Like right now, I'm so because I think when you transitioning for the right reason, everything falls in place. So I didn't transition to be a Barbie doll. I didn't transition to be sick in the hips. I didn't. I did it because I felt like I was actually trapped in the wrong body. So I was trying to get my mind, my body, my mental together on one accord before I can jump and say, hey, let me go get these and let me go get that. I'm fine where I am. Not saying that I don't want to have those surgeries, but it's not a push for me. I think one thing that I find a lot of times is that girls run and get those surgeries and things because they want to. And I think I had this. I mentioned this in the last conversation we had in regards to we live in a world right now where it's so many followers and not enough leaders.
Mm-hmm.
You have people out there who only they're getting surgeries because they see their mentors doing it. They see that these other people doing it, and then they're rushing the process, and it's not the results that they want. Well, I'm okay with waiting my time. I'm okay with taking the time that's necessary and needed to get to where I need to be. Because once I get there, the journey is going to be so much over. It's going to be so much of a great feeling because I waited. I just hate. Hi, Nairobi. I just hate to see girls rush. Like 18, 19 years old, there's no reason why you should have titties already. Like you said earlier, let your body, catch up. Let your body do what it's gonna do with the hormones before you hop and do something so drastic. So a lot of girls be like, girl, you up in age, you ain't got your titties yet. No, I'm patiently waiting on the time that it's meant to happen. I got other shit going on. I'm a whole store manager. Like I have life things. I chose prime example. I was telling me and Alexis actually had this conversation. For me, when I made up in my mind that I was going to finally transition, I had two options. I can take my money and go get my titties and get this other stuff done, or I can take my money and get my name changed, my social change, things that actually really matter. And that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't regret it at all. I think I took the right direction for me. My direction is not everybody's direction,
That's
but
right.
I felt as though it was more important for me to get my name changed. When I get pulled over, I don't want to have double D's on my chest and they call me by my boy name.
That's
It
right.
makes no sense to me. So like I said, everybody's transition is different, but I chose to tackle life first. Everything else falls in place. Everything is gonna fall in place.
So, what challenges did you run into getting on HRT?
It was quite easy for me. Now, honestly, I had a harder time because I stay in Memphis now. And Memphis is where I got all my name change and everything. Memphis was easier for the transition than say Jackson. When I was in Jackson, it was hard for me to, they took all day trying to do the name change thing. It was hard for you to get in to see a doctor to actually get on hormones. But when I got to Memphis, because when I first started, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first started out, I started out with the streets. And then I gradually got into care because I really wanted to know. I'm one of those people that I really want to know things. I'm very intrigued. So I wanted to know my numbers. I wanted to know all of those things. And the only way that I was going to be able to do it is by going to see a doctor versus getting them off the street. Both were working just the same, but at least I was more knowledgeable about what was going on when I started seeing a doctor. if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so how was your emotions when you first started your doses?
Ooh. Well, I'm an Aquarius first and foremost, so I'm already an emotional being. But when I first started hormones, I'll say the first 6 months, I cried more than I've ever cried in my life. I was mad. I was angry. And I guess what the hormones did for me was they just emphasized and they boosted the emotions that I already was going through. So if I was mad, it just made me super mad. If I was kind of in my feelings, it just made me want to jump off a building. So it was just it was very it just enhanced how I was already feeling. Hi.
Miss Bianca, right? Mhm. All right. So when you were off your medications, did you notice something different?
Mm. See, that goes back to that thing that I was talking about. I've always been a fishy person. I ain't gonna say a fishy girl, but I've always been, soft. I always had this aura about me, so I didn't see a difference. Now some girls I do see a difference, but I really didn't. I just stayed the same.
Oh.
I think, yeah.
All right. Let me scoot on to the side with Miss Bianca Ray. Storm is in the building. Miss Bianca Ray, can we know about your HRT experience?
So
What
what is this?
what so what age were you introduced to HRT?
Charlie, y'all need help.
The
Y'all
first time
need
it
help.
was maybe 35, 34, but as the young lady said, it wasn't mine. They were someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a Premarin and a T blocker. Honestly, I can't remember what the T blocker is right now, but it was like 2 Premarin pills and twice a day. And in December of 22, I finally decided to go get my own HRT medications, which is estrol and, oh my goodness, the T blocker, which this is where for me, I have a PCP, which is a primary care physician, and he gave me a referral to endo, an endocrinologist. And I met with her, and we sat down, and she did some blood work and checked some levels and all this other stuff, testosterone and estrogen count and things like that. But as the young lady said, this is still where you have to, one, do this for yourself and not do it for anyone else. The the first time I was on HRTs, it was for someone else. I think I may have been on it like 2, 3 months. It just wasn't for me or to me. It wasn't the right time. Now at 43, like the young lady said, I've literally had my name changed. I've been on hormone replacement therapy for December 23, made it a full year. And in New Jersey, I had started on pills and the blocker, and then I moved to the liquid. Um, like I said, 2 weeks ago, I'm a caterpillar. Well, no, I was Lapia. Now I'm a caterpillar right now. Give me 5, 10 years, I'll be a whole butterfly. I love my butterflies. But for me, I know I'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not rushing anything. I'm not trying to put anything in too soon. I'll get there when I get there.
So what were your emotions like the first time being on
Well, I'm a kind of cranky person anyway, so it's like I don't. The only thing I've experienced back then and now are hot sweats, like hot flashes, and I'm always hot. Now I'm actually hot, irritable. I don't want to be sociable.
it? Oh,
No, I don't like heat. I don't like heat. Me and summertime are not friends.
Mm-hmm.
Between being on the HRT and already having to put a face full of makeup on, I'm just like, yeah, no. Oh, is it outside? It's outside? Oh, I'm not coming. If it's not an air conditioner, which is my best friend, I'm not coming. Are you really not going? No. Hachu, I got a cold.
It is.
Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm in bed. You hear that cough?
Yeah.
And emotionally, I will say I'm in a much better place mentally and physically than I was a good 10 years ago. Um, just focused on the goal, not focused on what everybody else going to say. I love my sisters and my brothers, but it's not going to be, well, girl, you should go run and get this done. Girl, what you waiting on, girl? You ain't got no, like Cindy and Mindy are fine. They good right now. We good. Facial femme. Um, this, and this, a little, I'll get there. A little nip tuck. Oh, well, girl, you know you got to, I'll get there. My most important thing was me getting my name changed. For me, that was the most important thing.
Okay. So between you two ladies, what would you say the age is for you to start HRT?
Hmm.
Oh, I can't say what age, I can't say what age because I started at 42, and then I will always get what made you wait so long. Why would you do it at 42? No, I started at 41. So I will always get what made you start at 41. But like I tell people, it was fear, and then you have in the back of your mind that fear and what others, family, friends, or whoever is going to say. Being queer is one thing, but changing your complete identity is a whole nother thing that some people just don't understand. And within this community, it's sad that with us just being who we are, we can lose family members who are still alive, walking around, dotting and bopping, but they don't understand this is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I know we had this update in the last 2, 3 weeks, there is no going back. When I go to see the story, I'm literally going to go literally like this. So, go ahead, sis. What were
I
you going to
think
say?
I think for me, I don't think there's an age limit. I think if you have the proper support, prime example. A lot of people don't agree with Zaya's Wade transition at the age. We're doing whatever she's doing at her age. What, 15, 14?
Oh, right. Yeah, she
But
is young.
but if you have the right support system, she has amazing parents. They're not gonna they're gonna not gonna allow her to fall. So if she's 100% sure, because this is the catch. I didn't start transitioning until I was like what 30, 32. But I knew in kindergarten the the magnification that I had with guys. I knew that I could get them to do exactly what I wanted them to do, how I wanted them to do it, and it was all because of how I carried myself. I carried myself like a girl at kindergarten. I just, like she said, like what's your name, baby?
Bianca,
Bianca.
right.
Bianca Ray. Like Bianca Ray said, I just was too scared to do anything about it, and I didn't have a support system. Everything where I am now is because I pushed myself. So I didn't have a support system. Zaya has a support system. So I don't think that there is an age range to when it is safe to transition or start your hormones. Or HRC. I don't think that there is a limit. I just think that you need the right. Everything falls in place when it's supposed to, and you just have to have a support system if you're going to do it early, because it's a hard battle to go through at an early age if you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
So tell me, ladies, on your journey, what are some things that you may be scared that the HRT may do to you.
For one, drive me up a wall, because even now I find myself like if I skip a month or so, when I take it, I find myself back in that emotional. It just drives my emotions crazy, and sometimes I just have to catch myself because, like I said, I'm an Aquarius, so I'm naturally emotional.
Me too. I just had a birthday like 2 weeks ago. Come on, Team Aquarius.
I'm already emotional. So when I'm on my hormones, it's just like it's just I literally I kid you not. I took a hormone shot maybe like 2 weeks ago. Mind you, I always cry on the Lion King. I always cry. But I was like boo-hooing when Mufasa died. And I was trying to figure out, like, bitch, what is going on? Why are you crying like this? And I could not stop. But I was like, oh my God. When he fell off that cliff, I just didn't know what to do.
What about you, Miss Ray?
I forgot the question that fast. What was the question? I heard Team Aquarius and got sidetracked.
What are you scared that the HRT may do to you in the future?
I think my one reason I'm so adamant about going to the doctor is some of the side effects are, well, that we don't get to talk about is one, with us changing our bodies. Two, it's a possibility for us to develop some kind of cancer. And the sad part is my biggest issue is within most diseases, they can be cured. It's sad that in 2024, we still haven't found a full-out cure for cancer. And I'm an 80s baby, so we came up within the AIDS pandemic, and even we had a COVID pandemic. Within those two pandemics, you can either get on your medication or you can get a shot. With cancer, yeah, there's chemo, but chemo isn't always effective to put cancer into remission. So we have to be mindful, and this is something that when you are talking to your PCP or your therapist or family or friends, this is something we all have to be mindful of. It's a possibility that these things that we've never had before can develop.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, it's actually a lot going on with that now in our community, and I wish more people would get involved with cancer, maybe being some type of effect off of HRT. I mean, I love the fact our community goes for HIV and all that, but I haven't really seen the community talk too much about cancer and the effects it could be coming from HRT, because everybody's saying that it could be from other directions.
Wait, let me just say this. This is not me downplaying or trying to demean those who have AIDS or HIV, but let's be honest, if you're an adult,
mm-hmm.
you can go get on medication to help and prolong your life. Mm-hmm. When it comes to cancer, there's only and I just said it and I forgot it that fast. There's only chemotherapy, and that's not a guarantee to completely eradicate the cancer that's in your body. That's only to prolong it and hope it goes into remission. Mm-hmm. This is where we as grown-ups or even parents of children have to make sure we take care of ourselves as well as others.
What's our own?
Go to the doctor, a dentist, or a hospital, or whatever have you.
Yes. You're absolutely right.
And then I was also talking to my doctor, and he was telling me about, when you do black market silicone, because when you do it through a doctor, you're able to they're able to help you through the process. When you do it off the street, sometimes you can overdo it. That's a blood clot. You know, it's so many things that can happen to you doing it off the streets versus actually getting you a physician. So
Yeah.
that was another reason why I was so hesitant about getting, no, not hesitant, but that was another reason why I was so ready to get me a doctor, because I don't want those things to happen. And when I first started, when I told you that I was doing the street, I was taking the whole syringe because I was like, shit, I want to get, I'm ready to get, you know. But then when I finally got, you know, to my doctor, he was like, your estrogen level is extremely too high. You need to,
Mm-hmm.
you know, comment, you know, skip this month because we need to get you back together.
That's right. And that's the one thing I tell, and I try to warn people if they take it off the street. You don't know how much you're supposed to be taking, so it's best to go to a doctor. You don't know your levels, so it's best to go to a doctor. And one thing's for sure, you need to always take a type of vitamin
Yep.
or some type of substance. This Bianca, right?
You know, I was gonna say I have a whole vitamin to go vitamin and vitamin, but that's probably way before you. Literally, a fish oil pill, B12, and all this other stuff. But it's also a factor of one, like the young lady said, I went to a doctor and literally, okay, she was like, okay, eat this, this, and this. And there are times when, in the back of your mind, especially in the back of mine, let me take back then it was like let me take 4 or 5 pills. I want to feel I want to be that girl tonight. But what I've also found out is overdoing it, I get nauseous, I get lazy, I don't want to get out of bed, although I love a good nap, but this I got to be productive. It's like, okay, girl, you want to be that girl, but your body is telling you you can't rush the process. Because if you do, that's going to fuck you up. That's going to mess you up. Like, girl, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. But then it's not the fact of me not wanting to. I can't because I'm nauseous. I can't because I'm lazy. Why? Because I've taken too many pills. When I thought, I'm like, okay, let me just do this, this, and this because I want to be fish faster. And it's not the case. It's so nice.
Okay. Oh, she left. Thought we had another guest. So what are some things you can tell these young ladies about HRT that you didn't know yourself when you started?
I wasn't. I honestly, I just wasn't aware of the mood swings. I had heard about them, but I didn't. I hadn't. I hadn't experienced it. It's like a whole new different level of emotions. And just take your time. If I can give any message to the girls that's thinking about getting on it or is on, take your time. Take your time. You know, you don't have to be like I keep emphasizing. You don't have to be a Barbie doll or you know, you don't have to be yourself. Be you, because everybody's transition is different. That's what makes us all so unique.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know, just patience.
Miss Bianca, right?
For me, literally being only a year in, is I say like to any new girl, whether she's 21, 31, 41, 51, definitely one, make sure this is something you want to do. Go to a doctor. Make sure when you get to his office, he got PhD behind his name. When he gives you a prescription, make sure it says Dr. Monroe, Dr. Carey, Dr. something, comma, P, well, big P, H, dot, D. Don't, and I'm not being funny, we all want the instant gratification of being that girl. But it's sad that within our community, there are some things that aren't talked about
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to doing things or rushing things per se. I know for myself, I have no time being a caterpillar. I'm still pretty. In my mind, I'm not the prettiest thing. Let me phrase that. Because in my mind, I am that pretty. But everybody's mind ain't gonna be, girl, you know you're not that. Hey, you don't count. The only thing we do, me her, this is the only one who need to worry about my prettiness. When I walk outside, I don't want no problems. Get out my face. What I was going to say is, I think that's what I was going to say. Just focus on yourself. Don't try to be like whoever, because just because it worked for that girl, that don't mean your results are going to be the same. We get too fascinated with getting the same results as the girl or the guy. We don't know what they had to go through to get there. Years, decades, months, whatever have you. Take your time. Like Lettucey said, you got to take your time.
Yeah. A lot of it is, you know, especially when it comes down to guys, and I definitely can't wait to have the conversation with them. When we start our testosterone, a lot of people think that we have attitudes or we're mad and we get upset a lot, but they don't understand, and some of the times we don't understand that when cis males go through a process of growing up, they have time to clark their voice, you know, to shape it, to mold it. We just wake up one day and we have a deep voice, and everybody thinks that we're mad or we're yelling, and we actually just don't know the tone of our voice. Um, Sometimes the best thing for us is probably to take some type of voice sessions, and which I will get into next week about voice augmentation for women. Um, but what are some things that you just woke up one day and was just like, wow?
I swear that is so the Aquarius in us, because for me, I name everything. Like I just got a new brooch. I love a good brooch, but nonetheless, I literally name everything. And with me naming stuff, I name my girls Cindy and Mindy. And my family is like, what? I name gowns, I've named crowns, I've named wigs, shoes, people. So for me, it was the process of being on the HRT, and you see the girls start to develop. And I'm sitting here, oh my goodness. Oh. And it's like, I'm happy because I'm not just going to get a fun bag too soon.
Yep.
I don't want it to be like, oh my goodness, it's like that. And then I get my fun bags, and a year later, I don't like the way that they sit, or I don't like the way that they look. And then it's like, okay, I got to go back to the doctor. And at my age, it may not be safe or whatever have you. Or the second part of this is the doctors feel at times they're doctors, so they know all, they're the be all. And I'm real adamant about, I know my body.
Mhm.
When I have a cold, when I have a sniffle, when I just don't want to be bothered. I'll just use an example. I went out on a Saturday night. By Monday, I knew something was wrong with me internally. Coughing, sneezing. Come to find out, by Wednesday, I found out I had COVID. And my doctor was like, I play no games with this body. I've had it at that time, I was just about to hit 40. I was 40 already. So when something's wrong, when I got these, oh. Now the voice still sounds like this, and I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
We'll get there. It ain't gonna be lickety split.
Nope. But it's
But I'm okay.
gonna be your process, and that's
That's right.
what I be trying to get most people to understand. Your process is your process, and I like one thing that I appreciate about you is the fact that I can tell that you're comfortable in your own skin, And that's the most important thing when transitioning. Like I said, girl, we try so hard. I just hate that. I hate that we live in such a world that's. We need more leaders. We need people that's going to stand up and say, "Hey, you don't have to. You know, it's okay to be yourself. Like it's okay." But we live in a world that does not allow it. And if you decide to be yourself, you're isolated. You're thrown to the side. You don't really, it's weird. We live in a weird time.
But it's also, even with the leaders, I wish, no offense to them, whoever they may be, I wish they had more conversations about their process.
Yeah.
Because we, even for our faves, our superstars, whoever we may like listen to their music all the time, one, we're in an era where you can literally be a microwavable girl. And no shade to the microwavable girls, or the boys too, but it's just a factor of not trusting the process and not earning it and not working for it. I'm a firm believer of when you work for something and you earn it, you appreciate it more. Let me say that one more time. When you work for it and achieve it, you appreciate it more.
That's true.
You put more into the stock that is yourself, not just running out and going to do something because it's the new fad, it's the new craze, it's in to be, not being funny, one of the girls, or in some instances one of the boys. And then it's like you got to be one of the pretty girls, but you don't know what that girl did to get that pretty, or even that boy did, or that man did to get that handsome. Oh, well, he woke up. No, they don't. I don't wake up like this. I don't wake up like this. This is the process, and this is the process I'm been committed to, and I'm definitely committed to now because I'm pretty. No, and the funniest thing is that is so the Aquarius in me. I tell people, lastly, growing up, we were raised to be confident within ourselves. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in this community, that confidence can look at as being arrogant. And for me, it's not me being arrogant. It's a factor of ain't nobody gonna tell me I's ugly, I's a mess, I's whatever. I've been in drag for the last 18 going on 19 years. I've been that booger. I've been that girl who was not that girl. At 18, 19, at 43, you're not going to tell me, well, girl, you're still a little rough around that. I'm rough around the edges because I don't take nobody's bullshit. You can't fool me. My mama ain't raised me no fool. I may play stupid, but I'm not.
And I was just about to answer that question. Do you think a lot of pressure being on HRT or having surgeries, it's a lot of pressure in the ballroom scene, pageant world?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think it's the community. Honestly, I think it's the community as a whole, across the board. Everybody wants to be fishy. Everybody wants to be pretty. Everybody wants to be handsome. Everybody wants to be masculine. Let me just say this. We in this community have this idea of what beauty and masculinity and femininity is. I just had a conversation over the weekend about Grace Jones. If you don't know who Grace Jones is, look her up. She was a singer and a supermodel back in the 80s. And I'm not being funny. Mama literally was that girl.
Hold on, let's back up. If they don't know who Grace Jones is, they need to get up from under the rock.
No, but a lot of these young kids, like Grace, a lot of these young kids and these young girls and these young boys don't understand. Grace Jones was back then the epitome of what we call androgynous. Mm-hmm. She had a whole hot top fade, damn near naked, with a baritone or a tenor voice singing "Pull Up to My Bumper." We have this idea of what beauty is, and it's sad because not everybody feels one that they're beautiful in their own skin, which is just sad within our community.
Hold on for a moment. I have one of my sisters online. How you doing, Elle? Can you hear me?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me? Oh my God. How you doing? How y'all doing?
Hi.
Hi. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my God. How you doing?
Take your time.
Yeah, take your time. Um, I'm definitely glad to have you on tonight. So, can you tell people about your organization in Milwaukee?
Thank you. Sure. I have my own organization here in Milwaukee called my name is Elle. I also work for BPAC, the Black Trans Advocacy Coalition. I work for some other organizations here in Milwaukee. And I'm an organizer, activist. I'm like 007, new in ballroom. They let me judge from time to time, as far as ballroom goes. And, and just a creative. And there's my brother. Thank you for inviting me to join. I didn't know.
Yeah, I've just been putting people on like, ooh, I'm gonna just see what you got to say. So can I answer a question?
Sure.
What age were you introduced to HRT?
Introduced to HRT for me. I always even like before when I was androgynous and like pre-transition when I was younger. So I definitely had, since being like 16, I'll say, knew some people who were trans and, some girls and guys. Trans person I ever met was and who was like fully into their transition was a male. And I kind of always like knew about it, just kind of generally, but it wasn't something that I really saw for myself. HRT, how do I turn my camera on back? I'm ready now.
You sound like me 3 weeks ago because I wasn't ready.
How do I turn it on, Zach?
Uh,
I might don't have the ability to turn it on. I might gotta come back.
I'm sure you do.
Miss Bianca Ray, you know how to turn these cameras back on?
Look at the very bottom. It should give you the
I didn't know how to
option.
even turn mine off way back when I had to literally put mine on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
This is
I just
literally
did.
why I've
You
been
did the mute. You just did the mute part, so the mute part should be right next to the video part. Oh, we lost her.
Yeah, he lost it. She might come back on.
Yeah, and I think she may have to go back out and come back in and then literally put the I couldn't figure out like 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if this works.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Period. Period. Yes, I had to go out and come back in, but it's so nice.
Welcome.
You on mute?
I started at 25. I definitely went 2 years. I really even tried. Wanted to work that I wasn't gonna detransition or right. Like it was sustainable before I started to go transition. But since
L, I don't know what it is, but for me, you're going in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, like, um, it's definitely a process. Like I said, so you don't really see. I don't know if it's the same for guys. You don't really see results until you like 2 years. 2 years. Like it's not right away to me. I saw results. I would say around 2 year, 3 year mark. That's when I started like really seeing some results, and then I was in it. The progress since then. You try the things, see what things work for you. Like for who don't like needles or who might need assistance. Like I know there's a shot clinic here, and like different things like that. Um, and I think it's different for everyone. Like my daughter, I have a non-binary trans femme child, and I have a trans daughter. And my trans daughter, she's been trans since she was like 14. And so for her, she's like 19 now. And so, I gave her first hormone shot like last year, but she's, like I said, she's been living in the life already. And so that's different than my own personal transition. But, she was ready. She wanted to try it. And then, she went on her own and went and got, and signed up and went to one of the programs I work with, Planned Parenthood, and got signed up to, get her own. She's happy with it. I think it's different for everyone. Like I said, depending on your transition. But I think how y'all was starting to talk about like ballroom and pressure just in general in the community for us to medically transition or to, change our bodies. It is immense and it doesn't go away. Like, you know what I mean? I'm at a place of considering like surgeries and it's not that I feel pressure from other people. It's just that I still feel like I haven't reached my goal in the time that I've put in. You know what I mean? Next year will be my 10th year. And so, yeah, I think it's just different for everyone. But I think there's a lot of pressure, maybe especially depending on where you live, maybe especially depending on like the generation you was kind of coming up in. But I think, everyone's journey is different and it's levels to this shit. Like it's mental, it's physical, it's spiritual, it's coming to terms with transitioning your life and dealing with people in your life. It's, dealing with medical providers, getting insurance and, having to, interact with the system in that way. And so it's a lot that goes into it.
We're not going to talk about doctors and insurance and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Oh my.
Yeah, because a lot of times you have to get your letters from someone. And now it's going to be a website up that you can just go and talk to someone about getting letters. A lot of times you just have to get it for your doctor. But sometimes you need 2 or 3. So it's good to always have a backup.
What's the letter?
Like a letter to get, to get
The name
hormone
change?
therapist or endocrinologist, or a letter to get like your gender marker or
That's what I mean.
change.
With me being in Jersey, I don't think I cut you off, L. With me being in Jersey, the only thing I had to get was, oh my goodness, my mind is going blank. I got a referral from my PCP to go to an endocrinologist.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that was November into December when I got the appointment with the endocrinologist. In April of 23, I started my paperwork within the Supreme Court of New Jersey to have my name changed. The reason I asked about the letter is because I didn't have to give anything but literally do the actual paperwork of the dead name and the new name, and then pay the fee. And the funniest thing is, my biggest issue when it came to the court system is the spelling of my name.
Mhm.
And I know that sounds asinine, but you know how sometimes when you write stuff out, people will be like, oh my goodness, is this an A, a B, or R, or D, or whatever have you. So I literally did everything online.
Mhm.
Put the paperwork in. Well, I put the paperwork in online, printed it out, sent them a hard copy to make sure every name, the dead name and the new name is spelled correctly and the same. There's no deviation. There's no miscommunication. It is to be spelled like A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm old school. I have three names. As in, with my dead name, I have three names. With the new name, I have three names. So with the letter, I'm asking like, okay, but for Jersey, we don't have to give in, or we have to do a vacancy. So that's good to know too. For some states, you have to give in a letter per se.
Yeah, I know when it's different states have different rules. I was really trying to once again get a Zoom meeting up so everybody can, or the sisters can help each other out with name change, financial literacy, self care, self love, because they're the main ones, and awareness. So if any sisters out there who would like to volunteer and come up with like a Zoom meeting to help young ladies out who don't know, because a lot of times the Zoom meetings are only dedicated to those persons in that state, but to have one where everybody comes together um, would be great. Um, Especially when it comes to talking about SRS surgeries, voice augmentations, and other things that women go through that would love to talk about and share their experiences. Um,
As well as men. I think one thing I wish we had was a bigger support system. And when I say support system, I mean not trying to push your beliefs on the next girl,
Mm-hmm.
but answering the questions that the next girl and the next young man may have. Not trying to push them into, oh, you got to do this, you got to do this. They shouldn't be a puppet, not even a puppet. They shouldn't be your Barbie doll or your Ken doll.
Yep.
They should be their own individual, but just give them the tools. Like, okay, this is what you should do.
And I
Yeah,
think people don't know how much like influence they have, like pressure, uh, could be, any number of things for different people. Like I think about like Ken Post, like her actually really going through, not feeling, really actual ballroom scene, or just somebody making a comment, or even the things we go through like on the street, things like those things. People don't realize how hurtful, how much things kind of stick with you, and then I think when it is somebody you in community with, or it is somebody that you love or respect. Like for me, my sisters, my like really really pushed the trend, and what it have been the other way around, more discouraging. That was a very important time in my life that I had support. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like people think we just say like there's pressure or whatever. Don't really want to identify how they do it and that microaggression. And like I don't know, even the girls amongst themselves, like you know, pointing out those or reading and keying or any different thing could be that thing that make you zero in on that insecurity. You know what I mean? And we all got insecurities, so you know what I mean. That's no different than it doesn't matter if it's one thing for you, it's something for somebody else too.
yeah. For me, it's been when I started out, I was in probably a medium to a large, clothing wise.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm in like an extra large to a 2X. So I'm part of the big back community, and I'm not being funny. I have no problem being in the big back community. So my
Okay.
skinny sisters, I love y'all. Skinny brothers, I love y'all. But for me, I know I hear, well, girl, when you gonna lose weight? When your mama grows some hair.
Mm.
I
And
think people
and
just
hold
need
on, let me
to
say
grow
this.
out of
I
grow out
know
of
the, the,
body.
the biggest factor is me now as Bianca Ray. I'm completely different than I was a good 15, 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
15, 20 years ago, I would have said some. That's just the 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 that's just poking at my petty and my shade. As a grown woman, you know what? I'm okay having a big back. I eat, and the big back still get bent over. But we're not gonna go there right now.
Did anybody love did, did anybody love life change once they started their HRT?
Hmm.
I don't know about change. Like I would say it changed just starting the transition period, like overall for sure. But HRT, I do feel like I say this all the time. Like I feel like the men can smell it. I don't know. Like I feel like they can sense the estrogen or something. Like I really do. And when you know, like especially like real close to your to like me to my shot, you know what I mean, to my injection, I feel like really like a little too much. You know what I mean? Like it'd be an extra heightened sense of it. But I don't know. I think all relationships and all of that is all like biochemistry and stuff, and like how we're attached to each other. Like I think we think it's just all you like these features or you like this type of person, but I think it's very much like biochemical, like the things that pull you towards somebody else. You know what I mean? Um, but I think that other people can sense it.
I think for me it was more so I think when I started transitioning, the type of people that I was interested in and the type of people that was interested in me changed a bit. Uh, the dynamics changed. I found myself more so attracted to. I don't. I've always been this type of. I've never been a girl that's been into trade. This is not me. I for me for me, I've always this is the Aquarius in me, but I've always dreamt of the happily ever after. I want to be married. I want kids. I want the whole 9 yards. I want everything that we tell cisgender women that they can have. I want it. I want it. So for me, when I started transitioning, that's what I started leaning more toward guys that I knew that I could build something with versus guys that I could only fuck around with on the weekends or in closet.
Miss Bianca
But
Ray.
you know, it's hilarious because for me, I'm really an open book. It is what it is. I've been single for prior to transitioning a good 3, 4, 5 years, and I will say this: I don't have a problem with being single now. Even then, I didn't have a problem as a factor of sometimes the girls and the boys they want to get into transition thinking that's going to change their love life per se. And then you also have individuals who I only want the trade. Like, I can't even think of your name. I know you're Team Aquarius, but I didn't get your name from the beginning. Um, Go ahead. What's your name?
Tequila.
Akila. For me, I've never been one of the girls who, oh, I'm gonna smash the trade. Yeah, no, because when you smash trade want to end up smashing your head, and because they got so many insecurities. Um, they, they got so many insecurities within themselves because they love what they love, but society tells them
It's not
it's
right.
bad to transforming. When we have great conversation, we keep key, he lets his, hypothetically speaking, he lets his hair down,
Mm,
we have a good
mm.
time. We drink, we watch movies, we cuddle, we do all of this. But then when you may see me outside, not me, you may see one of the girls outside. Oh, well, I can't stand that so and so. But come to find out, last night, sis had you bent over, or one of your boys was bending sis over. Like, I'm confused, and I just went through this the other day as a factor of I was running errands, had to go back to Jersey City to get my nails done because I had broken nail, and in the midst of going back home, I ended up breaking another nail, and I met this young man on the train. My whole thing is, if you can be a grown man and come up and step to me accordingly, like a grown man, baby, I gave him my number. I did. Text me first. So within this text chain, you
Initiated it.
text with a T at the end, me first. Well, text me. No, you got my card. Text me.
I always say that about the approach. Like, if I get any type of you playing a game, or you know what I mean, anything, like, you need to be confident. You need to, you know what I mean, really make an approach, like, clean out somewhere, or you know, like, whatever, like, game plan stuff. But I don't think I think Craig has their purposes and they place it
Hold on.
in America.
Is it Akila?
Got their
place in
Like,
America.
but for me, it's like Akila said, I'm at a point now to where as though I've started traveling pre-transition. I started traveling out of the country internationally. That's why I'm coining the international diva. I'm at an age now to where as though I don't want to be somebody's secret.
Mm-hmm.
If we can go on dates like a cisgender or a heterosexual couple, then we can. Why you on my phone? I want to go to dinners, and the funny thing is, I just had one of my brothers say to me, in Trenton, we had a ballet Saturday night. I wanted to go to the ballet. We go. Why you want to go? I want to go to the ballet. I want to go to opera. I want to go to Broadway. Why can't we go to
I think it is ones that is open or that's ready for that. And also I think it's kind of, you know what I mean, that they never been in a situation of going and doing it, of publicly dating one of the girls either. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I know for me, I'm just recently having one of my first public relationships, and you know what I mean? Aside from my relationship, I think other people, men,
but hold on, but it's not just a ballet. It's also going bowling, going to the movies, going out to dinners, just going out and being a couple. I'm not saying you gotta post me, like, you don't gotta post me on Facebook, because I'm a firm believer when it comes to social media and relationships, that can completely fuck up our relationship. Well, it'll be, oh, well, I had him too. Oh, well, I had her last night. Oh, well, you know, she tastes good. Oh, well, you know, he tastes good too. Oh, you know, he was in my inbox like 2 weeks ago. Oh, well, you know, she was in my inbox like a month ago. When it comes to certain things, I understand, but you got friends, you got family. I'm not going to say, oh, well, we've been dating a month. I want to go to every family. First of all, I don't want to meet your family until like maybe 6 months in. That's how we know it's going to last.
Right.
Hopefully.
But see, for me, it goes back to, honestly, it goes back to what you were saying earlier about the Aquarius is being confident and not arrogant. For me, I know what I bring to the table. Half of the time, I'm going to bring the table. So I'm not going to be anybody's secret. Me being a secret is out of the question. If you can't broadcast me, because I'm going to bring everything. All I need you to do is to be by my side and don't have me as a secret. I got it. I got me, but I'm not going to be a secret. And
but you know, within this community too, is also, like I said like 2 weeks ago, and I will continue to say this. I come from a family of strong women,
Yes.
dominant women. And it's not like, okay, well, when you're in a situation, a prime example is you get a flat tire. Who are you going to call to change your tire? The women I grew up with,
Gonna
they
change
can
their
change
tire.
the tire themselves. Now, do I know how to change a tire and pump gas? Yes. Do I want to? No. I do not want to break a nail.
Now I ain't gonna
But
change no tire. Now I pump the gas, but I ain't pump no tire. Now.
put in a situation,
I
I know
will.
how to. And quiet as kept. If I had a car, I'd probably have Motor Club or AAA or some shenanigans like that. The men feel at times, no offense, well, what do you need us for? We need to be able to call y'all for certain situations. In any situation, like, okay, are you going to step up? Like, we go out to eat. Are you going to open my door? Are you going to pay? Even I had this conversation the other day. Okay, you pay for the meal, I'll get the tip. You pay for the meal, I'll get bowling. Well, you really
just offer.
now, but see, you got. How can I put this? Within the community, you have some men who are boys who we're in winter per se. From like September to probably May, April-ish, it's cuffing season. And within cuffing season, you have a lot of these menses who are looking for their hobosexuals. They're looking for a place to stay. And you have a lot, even with the men too. You have a lot of girls and boys who, well, I don't got no place to stay. Let me shack up with her for the next 3-4 months. And you have some of the girls and the boys who, I want to have somebody. But come to find out, you check his phone, you ask him to check his phone or her phone, she entertaining a whole bunch of shenanigans on social media. DMs, on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
I wanted to ask, do some of these girls, do they go after guys that are just coming out of jail, or are they scared to go after guys that are successful?
Go ahead, Akila.
So with that, I think that it plays a major part, because I think a lot of times a lot of the girls that I know, and it's sad to say, but a lot of girls, they don't know their worth, so they feel like the guys that are coming out of jail is all that they accustomed to. Well, I don't give a damn if you just came out of jail or you got your own business. I'm gonna go off of how we connect and what we can build. My thing right now in this point in my life is building the empire. I don't want to be building this, this empire by myself, and then you just lashing on to me, or you building this empire and I'm lashing on to you. No, let's build it together. So I think just a long story short, I just don't think that a lot of them know their worth. They settle.
I think a lot of us struggle to know our worth. I'm still struggling to know our worth. That's a part of our struggle. Like I said, I think a romance is biochemical. Like, I don't like the people you may like. You maybe are attracted to. Being attracted to someone does not necessarily make for a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, them things are not symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's case by case. Always go off of how you treat me, how you feel. But it is a struggle to know your worth. But also, I think that those are the type of men that are attractive to us. To act. A lot of people, see us as taboo, as a fetish, as a sexual practice in different ways. And
so one thing that I've learned,
somebody successful isn't gonna want to necessarily put what they have going on risk just for a eye. You know what I'm saying? Which that's not to say that that's all relationships is based on sex.
So,
You
so
know,
what I've learned. Go
doing your
ahead. I'm sorry. I'm cutting you off.
it don't they out the closet or not. We call them trade and we call them all this and all that. If we wasn't black, but that's not out the closet. He was all not out the closet. And honestly, I don't give a fuck who trade is, whether they were successful or not. If we not really on that level, I don't want nothing any motherfucking way. You know what I'm saying? That's not their business. It's not for that. It's about me and you having whatever is between me and you. You know what I'm saying? Whatever anybody else do that for a grown man. If I was a grown man, I would not give a fuck what nobody thought. And I feel securities and you know what I mean. Even like what you said, they try to you know what I mean, be violent or all of those different things because they have internalized and transphobia. But one, we're enemy. We be the therapist. We be the one that's there for you. We be the one that you know what I'm saying is supporting you and going through this relationship and going through whatever we going through and still making time to be there for you. And you know what I mean. I think that is part of y'all work by you know what I mean. I think all kinds of men practice to us, like I said, but moving action on it or you know what I mean. Even like I don't know, like moving action or is different just than practice to us as well. And you know, I don't think. I also think that you have to be ready for if you only use the toxic relationships, you know what I mean, it's gonna be different when you have something that maybe is healthier or maybe is
But see,
man.
that's what I was gonna say. One thing that you said that caught my eyes was that sometimes we it's hard for us to long story short, let me put it like this. We are the company we keep. So if you surround yourself with people who feel like they're never good enough, then you're gonna continue to feel like you're not good enough. If you surround yourself with people that has this, you know, this about themselves, it's gonna make you want to be that same way. So I think a lot of the times, our sisters have low self-esteem because they surround themselves with people who are not doing anything. So we have to get to a point where we have to latch on to people that are really trying to be. Hold on, shit.
I feel that.
We can't hear you. You're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, so we just have to learn to latch on to people who are actually doing something with themselves, because what it's going to do is eventually it's gonna motivate you to want to do something too. I think it just starts with it starts with the company we keep.
I'll say this. I also think that it comes with age. Where I'm at, we have a prison, and the guys come out, yada yada yada, DL guys, whatever have you. For me, I'm also at an age where as though I'm not looking for the just sex. And within this community, we are so built around sex and instant gratification. Well, today is Tuesday. Let me get on these apps and do A, B, and C with so and so. And then you don't know what so and so is going through. You don't know what they're on or even off of. And they're just in the moment. And it's like, okay, well, at what age does your bulb go off? When I say your bulb, for me, my bulb went off about 35. I'm not settling. Even now at 43, I'm not settling for bullshit.
I know y'all ain't having no full blown conversation on no goddamn microphone.
People make time for what they want to make time for, sadly.
Yep.
If I'm not what you're looking for, if you've never been with a trans woman, I don't want to be your first or your tester per se. And it's not just about dating, it's also about communication, emotions, spirits. So sometimes people are so worried about what their family gonna say, what their friends are gonna say, then you are worried about A, B, and C, but you don't tell that individual what you say about other trans women or the gay
Oh,
boyfriends, what have you, or lesbians or trans men. You can't stand us in public, but you love us in private. I'm at
Correct.
now to where as though if you can't acknowledge me, I'm not saying you got to put me on a pedestal. You got to put me on a damn a plateau because I might fall. I'm going to be in a pump. But it's also the way I feel also it's the way that we carry ourselves too. Prior to me transitioning, if I'm traveling, I was always in a t-shirt, a blazer, a pair of jeans, looking like something. Even
Mm-hmm.
now, I'm literally in a blazer, a tank, and a pair of blue jeans. Once again, looking like something. There are times where, oh, I want to be, as they say, Benji or whatever have you. Benji ain't for everybody, and it ain't for every occasion or every situation or every environment. When a man or a woman likes you, they will show you, and it won't be in a sexual way. They will give the attention that you one deserve and require.
I wanted to ask, with being on HRT and having your surgeries and all that, and you finally look the way you want, would you be with someone who still doesn't want to be seen with you in public?
No,
I ain't even
Zaymari,
have to
when I
think
say
about it.
I'm content with being single, I am very much content with being single as a factor of like Akila,
Mm-hmm.
like Akila said, I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. And at the end of the day, it's not always monetary. It's not
Uh-uh.
always, it could be monetary as in a place to stay or somewhere to go or something to do. I'm not saying he has to make $100,000 a year. I'm not that type of girl. I literally eat lobster and shrimps and steaks and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm trying to get you to spend a bag or go in your bag. Just be equal in bringing something to the table that's not just sex. No shade. Because at the end of the day, if you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s, once the time you get 50 or 60, you know,
And go ahead.
Oh, let me
go
take this
ahead,
button.
And let me
go ahead.
and let me
Oh,
just say this: when I said I
give
know
me
my
one
worth and I
second,
won't
hon. I got this
settle,
button on my
what I meant
hand.
by that was not necessarily, like you said, not necessarily money wise. What I meant by is when I say I can bring anything to the table. When I'm with the individual, I'm gonna make that individual feel just as powerful as I feel. I'm gonna make you feel like you can do anything, capture anything, do anything. You're gonna feel like you're the king of the fucking world. So I'm not going to allow you to make me feel like Cinderella when I've made you feel this type, this certain type of way. That's what I mean by I'm not settling because I know what I bring
You
to
should
the
be
table.
you should be the belle of the ball, and he should be the prince, literally waiting for you to come down, come down
Exactly.
the staircase. Here I go again. He should be. But this is where we, as a community, we settle sometimes for mediocrity, and then the immediate, oh well, I got a man or I got a girlfriend. Not realizing, okay, well, what are they bringing to the table per se? And not just sex. We are so built on sex at times, it's sad.
Now I love me some
As
sex
a
now.
I saw Miss Star, um, and I saw what she wrote. Miss Star, would you like to add to this conversation? I think she said something about she putting her bonding on or something, didn't she?
Oh, okay.
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Hi.
hey.
I had to go take this bunny off my head. Y'all better put me up on this live and no bunny no time.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch y'all.
Hey, babe.
What's up, love? How y'all doing?
All
Hey,
right.
sis, how are you?
All right.
All right. So what you got to add to this conversation?
Huh?
What you got to add to this conversation?
No, I just I'm pretty much agreeing with the rest of my sisters. You know, one thing that had kind of stood out to me is when she said, you know, what both of them said that you have to surround yourself by other individuals to be able to find your self-worth. That is true in a positive and perfect world. But what I was saying, it's more of a self-awareness thing because we have to place our mind into a place where, what if we were the only one that existed within ourselves? What if there was no other trans there in the world? To find that confidence within yourself will actually develop you to the woman that you want to be. Because if you're too busy trying to find out other people that surround you who is just like you, what you can learn from other individuals. For individuals, it would bother their minds to make them believe that they are you. And that's what will make it a competition thing where you have negative people that don't understand what you're trying to do from a positive aspect of surrounding yourself by other individuals like you to learn from it. But they will begin to try to divide you to say that, oh, this person is better than you, this person looks better than you. So then surrounding yourself by other individuals can have a negative part to it, but it has a positive part. So that's why you have to develop yourself within yourself to know your own self-worth by finding out what works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you may not fully get what works for the other individual.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and just for the record, what's your name and where you from?
Well, I'm from Mississippi, Clarksdale, Mississippi. I reside right now in Alabama by way of Memphis, Tennessee.
All right. And how has it been for you being on HRT?
My journey has been really amazing. You know, growing up again about the surrounding of other individuals. Growing up, I was surrounded by love. Love is
Mm.
the key of it all. But again, love is also something that's developed within myself. So growing up, I was always loved and never bullied and always supported. But what made me decide to begin to become a trans woman is because I had a sister that recently passed. As Akila, who's down below, she knows me. I wasn't always strong. But I just recently lost a sister who was very stuck in living in the life of Mississippi and she didn't find a way out.
Yes.
So due to the fact that we came from the same mother and the same father, I said, well, you know what? My sister still lived through me. So since she didn't get the chance to actually live the life that I lived, I can allow her to live through me.
Mm.
So she was the decision for me.
Okay. Mhm. So
It's okay.
how's your emotions been on HRT?
Huh?
How has your emotions been on HRT?
My emotions been really good. For some strange reason, I can tend to balance a lot of things. Um, Way before even being on it, a lot of people like say I'm nonchalant to a lot of stuff, but I can pretty much balance my emotions because when we accept the world for what it is, a lot of things that we know that we would go through and we know what we would actually feel, crave for, want, and desire, we begin to actually know how to accept it. So if we begin to accept things before getting on it, I promise you the emotional part of it will actually begin to be like, oh, I've already molded myself for this. So that's how you know who is it really for and who's strong enough for it and who isn't. And not saying that the people that's not strong enough for it should not actually be on it, but they're gonna have to understand it's gonna come with a lot of strength. It's gonna come with a lot of strength. It's gonna come with script, strong will, strong determination. Know what you're getting yourself into. Because if you fall into what it's actually going to do to you, that's going to put you a part of the statistics, beginning to look for the things that you all stated at the beginning, trying to find love, trying to find self-worth, trying to find all the things that you know you could have and should have found way before you even decided to do it.
I, for one, thank you for sharing your story, and I hope to see you again sometime and sharing something else you got in common. I would definitely love to hear your story on your sister and you starting.
Yeah, you definitely can. Definitely, just make sure you let me know in advance. I don't have no bunning on my head or tuxedo in the morning.
That part.
And you guys look really, really great.
Yeah.
Success is all through this live, so you just keep it going because it's definitely going to grow. Don't, encouragement to you. Don't let the numbers up there fool you because the message is still going to get spread.
All right, I appreciate that.
Thank you all for having me.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being
You're
here.
welcome. Thank you for being your authentic self.
Thank you. I'm watching. I'll be down in the comments below. I'm like YouTube when they say click the link below. So if you want to hear anything else, I have to say click the link below.
That's right.
All right, you guys.
All right. I just love great spirit. You can kind of tell sometimes when a person has a great spirit.
Mm-hmm. Hey, where you at? I definitely got to do a segment with the guys. And I've been holding it back for a while, but
Yeah, I would love to hear be in the comments about the trans male experience,
Mm-hmm.
and it seems like sometimes the trans men are quiet about some things. And as I said previously, within anything, we should have a safe space to have conversations for individuals who are trying to get onto HRTs, who are trying to get SRS, or just a name change or whatever have you. Granted, it's different in each state, but the process or helping someone go through any process can be a great comfort, not just somebody having to go through any of it by themselves.
yeah. I'm trying to actually get someone to come online to talk about financial literacy too. I mean, that's a big thing that we need in our community. But it always starts from the beginning. So getting everyone off the street that's homeless right now and getting them checked mentally and physically, and then once that starting your HRT and becoming
I
the
also
person
want
you
to
need to
say,
be.
I also want to say that I think that it's needed. We need to put we as a community need to put more emphasis on mental health, emotional health, because so many people out there are going through so much and they're afraid to talk about it because they're afraid that somebody's going to judge them or somebody's going to put them down. We have to like someone said earlier, we have to make it to where it's safe, because I'm here in Memphis. I used to stay in Jackson, Mississippi. I know so many people who are going through so much and they don't want to talk about it because they don't want to be looked at as weak or unable to manage, because I used to be that person. But then I took it upon myself. I was like, you know what? If like I go back to the leader and follower things, because I had to make a rash decision. Either you're gonna continue to be a follower or you're gonna learn to lead. So I started having those uncomfortable conversations. I started telling my story because one thing that I've learned is that when you tell your story, whether it reaches 1 million people or one person, it is going to change somebody. So we have to put emphasis on mental health. We have to get people to the point where they're okay with talking about what's going on in their actual life. We can't keep silencing people, because that's where the suicide rates are so high. People want to kill themselves. People want to kill other people because they don't have a safe place to talk about it.
I said within these last 2-3 weeks, we as a community, one, we're not our parents or the ancestors. We have to make it okay for individuals to go and seek therapy. And when I say therapy, I mean an actual licensed doctor who is equipped emotionally, physically, and mentally and medically to hear what you have to say. And it's always in the community. Oh, well, I talked to my best friend. I talked to my good girlfriend. I talked to this one, my pastor.
You
There's
gone.
nothing wrong with that. But
You
it's
gone.
also okay to go talk to a professional who's going to give you a non-biased opinion of you and the situations that you're in. It is not okay to have a bunch of yes men or yes women around you. You will be stuck in the same situation, or you will keep getting yourself into the same situation.
Mm-hmm.
Go find a therapist or a doctor or a psychiatrist to heal yourself. It has to start with us as individuals acknowledging that we have issues. Well, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm completely fine. I just don't like her or him. You do know you mad at them, but they still living their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You got traumas from way back when, but they still living their lives, even though you got them. You got to deal with your own trauma that you experienced in your life. It's okay to talk to somebody. With us being in the LGBTQIA community, no one will never or ever understand what we go through mentally, to have to deal with society's expectations of what we should not be.
Right.
Well, I don't want to go to talk to them because they're gonna look at me. Baby, they're gonna talk about you anyway. And now mind you gonna gag when you find out when they actually get grown and acknowledge, well, I've been in therapy for like the last 3-4 years. Well, why you didn't tell me? Because you know how y'all do. Like, y'all so judgmental. Y'all would judge me, ridicule me, make fun of me. Well, girl, I've been in therapy for a while.
I think
Why you didn't tell
it's
us? Why should I?
important.
So y'all could just make fun of me and judge me? And I got time for that.
What about you, L?
I think mental health is very important. Uh, I have a therapist that works with our group with us individually. Um, it's definitely things that I've worked through and overcame years that I didn't want a therapist to be in this season. Uh, and I think people think it's gonna, you know, that it should just cure you or it should, make everything easier or happen. You don't overnight, but you have to do that personal work. You have to do work living. Um, but I definitely think we have been dealing with a lot of losses, grief, and the losses of elders, siblings, the losses of people to suicide, youth to suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's important for all of us, and especially Black, especially where it's even more important. And like, like that, I call it the mental acrobat. Like, one, how I'm presenting, we're showing up in the world. Okay, when it's okay when but we're not convenient or we're um, not accepting things from other people or setting our boundaries or things, then we become an enemy to target. You know what I mean? Something to silence, something to um, just see to something to other. And again, one minute, what I mean? Not shape one minute, you know what I mean? Then 1 minute the goalpost something else. Uh, and it's not fair. We're not. I feel like I was saying. earlier as well. Like you have the people that you go to for certain things and certain support. And, you can continue to give people access, continue to be vulnerable with people who are not close to the relationship you have.
Um, I know being on HRT, and especially doing community work, and a lot of times, I tested for HIV and STIs. Um, Having that mental support, and especially going to therapy, actually helps. It's been times where I had to tell people that were at the age of 18 that they were positive, and to look somebody in the eye and say those words are very you get taken back, and a lot of times, yeah, I did need mental support. Um, and that's something that every organization should actually look into. If you let somebody go, or just having somebody work for you, if you have to give those devastating words, it's best to have your worker have some type of
Follow
support.
up
Yeah.
a month in, a week. No, I said a week. Excuse me. Thankfully, I'm pretty. A month in, a year in, and it's not. It's just very much a check in, even for us as a community. Like, okay, we're in March, and it's years going by fast already. Nonetheless, I can't believe we just left Aquarius season. Nonetheless, um, we should always have a check-in system. If you can go a day or two without talking to someone, whether it's a family, friend, whoever it is, it's sad because sometimes the strongest people need to be checked up on. Oh, well, so and so strong, they don't need it, but you don't know what they're going through internally, mentally, or physically. We sometimes don't tell friends and family everything.
Is
I
that
know for
Jay?
myself, within my transition, I didn't tell my family until 6 months later. Like literally, when I got my name changed, that's when I made the announcment. Well, I've always been a private person when it comes to certain things. One, everybody don't even know everything because everybody's not going to be happy for you. And then I don't want to hear the naysayers of why did you wait so long and why did you do this, this, and this. If you're not on this train as a passenger, encouraging me and happy for me and loving on me, you will be left at the station. I have
Mm-hmm.
no problem leaving. I was gonna go motherfuckers. I have no problem leaving people at the station or of this train. This train is moving forward. If you're not on it, you will be left. I want to get on. Hold on. Let me check your credentials. Let's see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Did I get a thank you text? Did I get a congratulations text? Well, girl, what had happened was I was busy. Ain't that much of busy in the world. We as people, whether you're working, it only take a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. Hey, I can't text right now. Hey, sis. Hey, bro, how are you? I know you probably maybe going through some things. This life, let me take that back. Lifing isn't easy, especially with us being black and queer-ish
Mm-hmm.
or almost black, whatever have you, in 2024. It's not easy in today's society. How is your mental? You all right? You eating? You going to the doctor? You taking care of yourself? You're not drinking yourself into a stupor? You're not drugging and drinking and thotting and bopping to as though a year later, 2 years later, you may kill yourself? Are you taking time to actually go get yourself checked out? Between COVID, STDs, STIs, cancers, a cold, a flu. Do y'all, like, not being funny, do people know a cold can turn into a flu? A flu can turn into a cancer if you don't go get yourself checked out.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have to know our friend. We have to know our people, the people we surround ourselves with. We have to know them. If my friend who typically does not drink is drinking every other day now, what's going on? Like let's have a conversation. You know, I don't think we pay attention enough to people.
But this is where we, and I said this last week, as a factor of having friends and acquaintances.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talked last week about my brothers are of the life, but they've known me since I was maybe 15, 16. Some met me at 25. So this isn't, oh, well, we just met her. They know how, they've known how I am or was at 15 and 16. To see me as a grown woman today, girl, and I just had one of my brothers text me, I'm really proud of you. You came a long way. Because, bitch, you was ignorant. You was so disrespectful. I wanted to pop you, but I couldn't. But I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to see you grew up. I'm like, pause. I sense the tinge of shade in it. But I'm at an age now to where as though I can acknowledge my ass should have been kicked many a days.
Mine
I ain't like
too.
nobody. I ain't like nobody. Like everybody worked my nerve. I was in denial. I was activated. Like I'm at an age now to where as though I can acknowledge, yeah, I needed my ass kicked. I was an ignorant little shit. I was. But at my age now, at my grown woman age, I can acknowledge and stand on that's who I was. I'm not that anymore. Now, don't get it twisted. If you get out of line and step out of character, yes, my petty and my shade and my R-E-A-D can come out. But I'm a sophisticated lady now, like Maya said.
And Miss L, when are you gonna come back out with your Zoom talent show?
We are talking about it. You know, the show is always a part of, and me and Twan were able to post it last year, posting it. I would like to try to do it online before the conference. And I have like some other content for the conference, but we'll have to see about when they want to put it out. But I know that we'll be and Twan will be hosting the conference again. With like our open talent show night. And then I know that the interviews I did of the Royal Court with Cortez, Trinity, and the Queen. I'm gonna just say the Queen right now. I can't think of her name. Uh, will be put out as well.
Definitely let me know so I can help you
I
advertise.
have like fun doing that. I'm glad to see the scores. Like they're really nice. I've watched a couple of them, and you know I'm really proud of the ladies as well. And honestly, I loved doing it last year. Like I learned a lot about, you know, creating content and a lot about groups and together. A lot about, you know, doing something like with patience, just things like that. Like I learned a lot and learned, you know what I mean, high technical skills doing it, but really that was like one of the best parts of my year was doing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's um other opportunities for me, for me to, you know, create things uh, for myself as well. That you know, but thank you for asking. I'm like, you know, after we did the conference for Pride up here, Pride Fest here, and you know. I've been able to have some more opportunities singing and hosting in that specific way with me performing. I did a youth open mic night. I hosted for the like youth LGBT house here. They have they're opening an apartment building, and so they had me do a youth open mic night for them, and that was really nice just to go and make the kids special for a little bit. Um, and so yeah, so thank you, and like I said, I'm really proud, and it's about all of our elevate,
That's right.
you know, can all be a part of doing that,
Okay. Well, thank you for coming on, sis.
Thank you. I did want to go back to HRT for 1 second though.
Okay, go ahead.
I do feel like one thing that changed with HRT is no see no shade is sex drive. Like not that it changed, not that it not that it changed like went down per se, but I do feel like I have more control over my sex drive as a woman than I did in in my birth identity. And I feel like I feel like arousal, like at that point of arousal, like I have to be being intimate with someone. I have to be being touched, and like I don't know, I have a different relationship with porn as a woman than I did. And like and I feel good about those things. Like I know I could go, however long without sex now, as opposed to different time. When before I was trans.
You know what's crazy? I'm the total opposite. Like
Yeah,
when I first started transitioning, my sex drive was like, oh, I don't want to have, don't touch me, I don't want it. But now I can have sex every day.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
I didn't say what we could. I didn't say what we
No, this is
could.
where
I
this
said
is where
I
the
got a
dynamic
little more
of
control. I
the
got more
discussion
It's
control.
just extremely high though. It's extremely high right now. Like I don't know.
it changes for
yeah,
everyone.
because
It
I
so changes for everyone. I'm just
yeah, I found that a lot of girls say they lost their sex drive on certain hormones.
I think I think maybe lose functionality. I think maybe like it affects how we're aroused or how we're being intimate. I think maybe some, but I ain't never heard nobody say that they drive went away.
Alyssa
yeah,
said
I'm
Alyssa
literally
said
like
hers went up.
I don't know about that one,
just like
but hey.
and it actually worked out for me anyway because I'm seeing big back, so I'm just like I'm like
Niggas love a big bag. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
what
They
happened?
Love
really
a big
do.
bag.
They really do.
Niggas love
No,
a
They
big
do.
bag. Don't do that.
They
no,
do.
you didn't hear what I
They
said
like
earlier.
that shit. Don't do that.
You didn't hear what I said earlier. I said they still love the big bags, and the big bags still get bent over. I said all of that already. I know, but this is where and within anything, everybody's experience is always going to be different.
Mm-hmm.
Like some girls are still da da da, some guys are still da da da. It's just
Another thing, like I said, like when I hit that like 3 year mark, I also started taking progesterone some years ago. Not that long ago. Stop, my dog. I'm talking to my dog, but not that long ago. But not that long ago that I started taking progesterone. But my point is, when I did started to develop more like breast tissue, like I did definitely notice a difference in passability. And I don't want to just say that it's about boobs or just about breast tissue, but that really did seem to make the difference because like curves and body, like you always had that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like that makes the cis community or the cis like that makes it like harder for them to discount us. You know what I
for
mean?
me, prior to transitioning, I had a really muscular body, like literally working out twice a day, 5 days a week, eating 3 to 4 meals a day, literally getting up to like 195, which is what I'm at now. I'm actually 200, over 200. So I'm saying that to say, I'm seeing the breakdown of the muscles and Cindy and Mindy developing, and the feminization of, okay, I'm on my soft life era, meaning I haven't worked out since October of 22. Yeah, so my HRT is in December. Upon me going to my endocrinologist, that was the first thing she asked me. Well, when was the last time I worked out? I'm like, October. Okay. We have, once again, we go back to this whole beauty idea of what's feminine, what's masculine, what's a brick, or what's rough. We're not going to act like some of the most sexy women in the world, like Janet Jackson, Venus, and Serena, aren't looked at or fetishized because of who they are, but they still have more masculine or fit.
Oh,
Even Angela Bassett and goddamn What's Love Got to Do with It, them arms was a little fit. We have this idea of what femininity and what beauty is. Beauty is different. Beauty is not going to be different. Is not going to be the same. Excuse me, to everybody. Well, you should. No, I'm not. I'm good. Beauty is different to everybody. Everybody's beauty is not going to be the same. Everybody's femininity or masculinity is not going to be the same.
So quick question.
You better hold on. You better multitask. I know that's right. You better multitask.
So quick question on HRT. I heard that one of the biggest secrets that girls have is taking birth control to break down their body. Is that true?
I've heard that. I've honestly heard. Well, for me, I heard that the birth control, it helps with the curving of your body. It gives you the very the femininity or whatever the case may be. I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie.
I've never heard that, and now y'all got me thinking about that too. No, I haven't heard it.
Little girl trick. I don't know. I don't think that's healthy for us.
It says I do prenatal. So Alyssa says
You
she do
talking about
prenatal.
prenatal vitamin?
Yes.
A vitamin is a vitamin. Taking a birth control.
But when women are pregnant, they take prenatal vitamins. They still take
Yeah.
prenatal vitamins.
I think it does help. I mean, I just never like I said, I never just did it. Wonders. It does. I guess
No, I never heard of the prenatals, or I've seen the prenatals in the Walgreens and the Walmarts and the Rite Aids and the CVS's and Duane Reade's. But I never even thought about it. Even with the birth control, I never even thought about or heard about that either. Once again, you learn something new every day. You're never too learn. You're never too damn it. You're never too old to learn a new trick.
Well, I found my get it back.
Well, you lucky you team Aquarius, but nonetheless, it is at the end of the day, we come in, whether you're trans male, trans female, we come in all different shapes and sizes. Everybody's not going to be a size 2, a size 3, a size 16, a size 21, 41. We all come in different shapes and sizes. What I say all the time is, if we weren't different, others wouldn't want to be like us.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say it one time. If we weren't different, others wouldn't want to be like us.
So does everybody on this line, do they take American hormones? Because I heard a lot of people take different types of hormones from different countries.
I've taken my doctor prescribes American, but I have went ahead and got some Asian. I'd have been. You just call me Nationwide. That is all right.
Let me find out. Your nickname gonna be Flo. Come on, Flo.
Side.
Come on, Flo.
But I can tell. But I can honestly say I can tell the difference when I prime example. My doctor gives me, like I said, American. But one time I was getting ready to do a pageant, I think, and then I took a not Philippine, but what
Asian?
Taiwan.
Them. I took one of those, and I felt my skin immediately.
Not them.
Immediately got. I felt so soft, like it was just the makeup went on smooth. Everything was just like I was like okay, but then I threw up the next day like 3 or 4 times. So I was like, you know what? God damn it!
But this goes to you probably took too much. You probably took the whole syringe, like you said earlier, and you're like, okay, well, no, I wasn't supposed to do that. Let me down the dose.
Yeah, I heard it was more potent. So, yeah.
Oh yes, it gets you where you want to be, but you're gonna have the price. It's the price that you're gonna pay for it.
That part, yeah. Mine's American too. My doctor prescribed an American company, but it's estrol.
I was reading some reviews. I was reading some reviews of some from other places recently. Maybe it's a reason why certain things is illegal here, and I don't know. But at the same time, I really do believe that like there's a reason why certain things is illegal here. Like for instance, like skin bleaching. It's a lot of African culture and a lot of like Caribbean culture that believe in skin bleaching, even though that's not really something we believe in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's good or bad. What I'm saying is that some of that stuff is really, really bad for you. You know what I'm saying? Just because that or really fuck.
But it's also
at the same time, our American hormones, even if they may not be the best, probably cost 3 times more than the hormones from some other places.
Sure do.
You know what I mean? So at the same time, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
But it's also a factor of
the foreign ones, and they was saying stuff that I ain't never said about no damn American hormones. Okay, they was like in the first try, and they was like all kind of stuff. I'm like, I don't know if that's real, but if it was real, like I would be interested in, you know, maybe seeing some other types of results. But I don't know about all that.
But it's also about doing your
always do your research. Always get it from an official medical provider. But you know, stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's also about doing your own research about for me, as soon as I got my HRT prescription, I literally went to Google and looked it up with like between the side effects, making sure it was supposed to do what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
When I went back to my doctor a good 2-3 weeks later, okay, I think we need to up the dosage because it's not giving what it's supposed to be giving. Mm-hmm. And my doctor looks at me like, well, she looks at me like, are you serious? Yes, I'm a heart attack. I look up everything. Like Google was is a gift and a curse. I come from an era in the 80s and the 90s that you had to go into a library, which is a whole other conversation, and pick up an encyclopedia and look up a word. Now you can literally just Google anything. What's the side effects? What's the uses? If you have this, and this, will this hurt this, and this? And not to mention, if you have diabetes, if you have hypertension, which is a high blood pressure, if you have high cholesterol, if you have glaucoma, there are certain things can interact with each other. Well, girl, this is where you got to know your body. You got to have a primary care physician who is going to tell you, okay, well, you can't be on say, oh my goodness, what is it? I think it's like spilacterone or spiractolin.
Spiritual. I know what you're
Spiral.
saying. That's them. That's them. Hmm.
If it's that, you can't be on that. If you got bad kidneys, or if you got hypertension, or if you got this, and this, you have to find out what works for you as a T blocker. Esterol, Premarin, this, and this. You have to find out from your physician what works for you. What works for you isn't going to work for everybody.
Hmm.
Your good girlfriend, your sis, your mother, or whoever, your trans mother, your trans sis, whoever, your auntie, is not going. What works for them is for them.
I want
What works for you?
to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say what works for you is gonna be what works for you, but you have to make sure you go to an actual doctor, well, who's an well, oh my goodness, here I go these words, an endocrinologist who knows what they're doing and taking your labs and your blood work and saying, okay, well, you need this, and this because your testosterone is high, your estrogen is high, or your estrogen is low. We need to get you here to feminize you per se.
I think like spirals specifically, they do make you pee a lot. I think if you've been moaning and you haven't really just seen necessarily maybe the results you want to see with just spiral and estrogen, you should try progesterone, condition, and also with the spiral, you don't have to take every single day, like it said. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it might even say take 2 a day. I would say one the other day is just fine enough. The spirals is what kind of affect and different like you know. And once you have been mounting for years, or once you found it and break it down a little bit, I also think you don't have to go so hard on the spirals. Um, and to not, you know what I mean, overdrive. Like I remember like 4 years ago, I was overdrawing mine a little bit, and you know what I mean. I kind of started having heart palpitations.
Yeah.
The shot, but I stopped, and as soon as I stopped, you know what I mean, that feeling went away. But it wasn't by much, but you know what I mean. I still was overdoing
Hmm.
it. And so just be careful because girls have died. I don't know, you know what I mean, about y'all, but it's definitely girls here in my home community here in Milwaukee that have passed away from misappropriately taking hormones. And one last thing, um, uh, we have a natural. I don't know. I think this is a black girl because I never heard no white girl say this, but we now have a higher level of estrogen in us than what is being
You didn't take no break today.
replaced
No,
by HRT as far as hormone
please.
replacement. You know what I'm saying? Like when you first go,
Tell Shantieri do the same thing. I'm sorry.
go and you the estrogen and stuff like consistent here at home. Yeah, they told me I was over the level high. Start the full, uh, you know what I mean? So everybody different. Trans, I think a lot more are more sex than what people kind of, I guess, see visually or I think hormonally where a lot more of us are intersex. Like my body never like a boy. You know what I mean? I remember also with hormones and progesterone and stuff, I've had like breast lactation. Like I don't know, it's not a common trans woman symptom of hormones, but it is a symptom. And you know what I mean. But I had that when I was a junior in high school too. You know what I mean? Just that it would be liquid accumulating there, I guess. You know what I mean? Like in my nipples or in my breast. And so again, and I don't think we all necessarily need the same levels of different things. And I think that maybe as people of color, as Black people, I think maybe estrogen runs more in us. I don't know. I experienced that too. Like saying that y'all have gone over levels like really, really early in transitioning. But I know I've heard a lot of Black trans say.
Yeah, for me, starting in December when we did my not December of 22, when we did my blood work, it was a factor of testing the estrogen levels as well as the testosterone level. And what for me came back was my testosterone level at that time high, but I understood why it was high because I was literally working out so much prior to. So what we had to focus on was dropping down the testosterone to reduce body hair production and masculine ether and masculine attitude that I do, and then find out what estrogen, um, to the amount or milligrams, as they say in New Jersey, whether it's 2, 4, or 6, what milligrams of estrogen daily I could take to help my estrogen's level build. Now, in 24, I'm actually on the injection, which is literally only once a week at a certain amount, once a week. Even in that aspect, I literally had I had a conversation with my endocrinologist, and she was very. We have to trust the process of from pills to injections, doctors jumping into, and I get it because sometimes doctors feel that you want something so bad and you have ulterior motives with it. And I had to let her know, I'm not that girl. This is going to be for me. But like I said to her, I get where she's coming from, but I'm not for that girl. Don't do me because I won't do you. So, but this goes to, and she was like, well, I said what I said. And the sad part is whether it's my PCP or my I knew what I said. And she was like, for me, like I said prior, I know my doctor. I'm really going to tell you, okay, well, I have a nice sweats. That's all the conversation. I'm having night sweats. I'm having mood swings. I don't want to be sociable. I want to be in a house. I want to be under AC. I don't want to put clothes on. I don't want to go nowhere. Well, because people are aggravated, and the sad part is I can take the kids. I give the kids a pass, but the grown-ups, the grown-ups should know better. Just do stupid shit, just to be doing stupid shit. Whether they can't drive, they can't walk, they can't talk. You in a line and don't know what the hell you want. You been in this line for how long?
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing in line all the time? We
Well,
grown.
ladies,
Get what you gotta get and go. Like, I'm so confused.
ladies,
So yeah, I don't like to be everywhere with everybody. We're in winter now. I know from spring and summer.
ladies, it's 11 o'clock, past 11. Y'all know how we do. We be going to like 2 or 3 hours. But it's not that time to go. I'm gonna let y'all say a couple of more words. Tomorrow's show, each one teach one. Um, the side effects of having silicone. So if anybody know anybody that want to share their story about their experience with silicone and pros and cons, please let them know to come on. I enjoy you ladies like always every night on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So if you ladies want to put some last words in, go ahead.
Just take your time. Love on you because nobody's gonna love you like you love you. And I always say just be the best version of yourself because you never know who's watching.
Hmm. Definitely take your time, and you know, I say this all the time. The girls the same girls who told me that maybe the life one for me is the same girls that look up to me now. And so just trust your own path, your own journey, your own thing. You know what I mean? Trust your gut, and you know what I mean. Um, move from your core, and you'll be able to navigate, you know, whatever challenges in the life you encounter. And just because, you know what I mean, you may not be taking a popular path or a path that looks like everybody else's, like that's okay. And you know what I mean. You never know what other people went through to um, have their journey. So you know what I mean. Don't necessarily feel like you have to go through those same things. Like you know what I mean. Some of them may be willing to be transparent about you know what I mean the price of some of the things that they endure for their transitions, and some people might not be. But you know what I mean? We have, you know what I mean, healthier options and can go about things in a healthier way. So just make sure that you're, you know, putting yourself and your health first. Like a transition will be there. Your progress and your milestones will be there. The trade and whoever it is or whatever partner or goals or milestones you're reaching for, those things will be there. But, you know what I mean? You only have one body. You only have one um, time to live. You know, you want to make the right decisions for you and not try to be pleasing other people or just you know thinking that other people's opinions is gonna be what is right for you.
Sorry.
Um, it's just really quickly, Coach. Once again, thank you for putting me in. Thank you for putting me on the team. Kayla and Elle, thank you, ladies. Oh my goodness. And Star 2 for joining us tonight. For those in the comments, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you. For any trans woman or trans men who are thinking about it, who are thinking about getting on HRTs or silicone or anything like that, find someone who you trust and has your best intentions at heart to have conversations with. If you feel that it's pressure, let me speak like the young kids. If you feel that it's pressure, more than likely, it's pressure. Don't do it. You can always not do something and regret it as opposed to doing something and once you've done it, you can't undo it. Nonetheless, thank you all for watching. I'm Bianca Red Love Storm Prime.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for
You're welcome, Coach. Have a great
You
night.
too.
all right.
Bye.